Magandang umaga, magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Alright? So, ito ay common knowledge na dapat mayroong knowledge sa lahat. It is all about human rights. Ano ba ang karapatan mo? Ano ba ang karapatan ng kapitbahay mo? Ano ba ang karapatan ng kaaway mo? No? So, karapatan bilang ikaw ay tao. So, yun po yung ating pag-aaralan sa subject na to. So, human rights. Start tayo. Human rights are generally defined as those rights or karapatan, okay, which are inherent in our nature. Okay? So, inherent means innate or inborn, no? So, and without which we cannot live as human beings. So, dahil wala na tayong pinagkaiba sa isang atypical animal. No? Kasi wala na tayong kinikilalang batas. Wala nang kinikilalang karapatan. Huwag pag gusto mo. Diba? Kahit alam mong mali, gagawin mo. Kaya nga, di ba, may tinatawag tayong inhumane acts. Okay? Di makataong gawain. Right? So, may term din tayong magpakatao. So, dahil in layman's term, no, ang salitang tao or human, he or she is someone having a life that is guided and bounded by certain norms, rules, regulations, and traditions. No? So, bakit ba may human rights? No? Ano ba nagagawa niyan? Ano ba ang resulta pag meron yan? So, human rights and fundamental freedoms allows us to develop and use our human qualities such as intelligence, talents, and conscience, no? And to satisfy our spiritual and other needs. So pag sinabi natin human qualities, it pertains to engaging into such relationships, no? To love and be loved, no? Trust, friendship, and responsibility. So kapag intelligence naman, tumutukoy ito sa lahat ng kaalaman. Okay? Lahat ng pwede mong malaman. Lahat na tamang paggamit ng iyong nalalaman. Of course. So, talents were the same as intelligence. Binihiyaan ka ng talent na sana gamitin na maayos at tamang paraan. Okay? At conscience, okay, the superego part of our personality. Ano? So, it is the act of thinking whether it is right or is it wrong. And to satisfy our spiritual, it pertains to your beliefs and your faiths and other needs, such as those in hierarchy of needs. So, by Abraham Maslow, kung nabasa niyo po yan, ano? The dignity of man and human life is inviolable. No? So, dignity means self-worth, pride. Inviolable means sacred or unbreakable. So, again, the dignity of man and the human life itself is sacred and unbreakable. Okay? So, ayun yung pambungad, no? So, the denial of human rights and fundamental freedoms not only is an individual and personal tragedy, but also creates social and political unrest, sowing the seeds of violence and conflict within or between societies and nations. So, imagine, no? Imagine there is no human rights. There are no rules. No? While you are living your life. So, sabihin natin merong human rights, but most of the people is denying it. Ikaw ba ay makakasiguradong lalabas ka ng bahay mo, makauwi ka ng ligtas? Diba? So, in other words, there will be no security at all. There will be no trust. There will be no good relationships. So, and how can you assure you can live your life happy and secure? So, in any moment, maaari ka pala pasukin sa bahay mo and then shut you on your face. Diba? So, that is the daily life of having no human rights. You will be socially unrest. Okay? So, araw-araw, gabi-gabi, worried ka, stressed ka. No? So, kaliwat kanan, may violence. Lahat galit. Lahat nagdududa. Alright? So, again, denying of human rights as well as fundamental freedoms will create catastrophe. No? A great disaster on humanity. So, as the first sentence of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that respect for human rights and human dignity is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. So, ayun po yung mga pangtanungan pang Miss Universe. No? Paano mo ma-attain yung world peace? So, it is just simple. No? Respect human rights. No? I know it is not just what we need, but morally, if you are human, be human. No? So, lalo na panahon ngayon na pandemya, alam ko maraming budol, pero sana, matuto pa rin tayo magpakatao, di ba? Tao pa rin tayo. Okay, so proceed tayo sa definition of terms. Ayan. So, Philippine Commission on Human Rights. Ayan, yun po yung madalas ating marinig sa mga balita. So, human rights. These are supreme, inherent, and inalienable rights to life, dignity, and self-development. Okay? So, sa pag sinabi natin supreme, highest, no? Ultimate, no? Inherent means, sa nabanggit ko na kanina, innate, inborn. Inalienable means undisputable, absolute, no? So, human rights is the highest rights we have. These are innate, absolute, and undisputable. So, man's responsibility in human society. So, while freedom gives man the right to make moral decisions, he is responsible for doing so and has to answer to his own conscience. So, and that is everyone's responsibility. Lahat po tayo, yan po ang responsibilidad, no? Sa ating society. And again, we have the freedom to make our own choices. However, you yourself is the one responsible for your own actions of volition, of your decisions and discretion. No? Hindi yung kapitbahay mo, hindi yung katabi mo, may katabi ka man. Hindi basta hindi yung aso mo. Right? So, ikaw man nagdesisyon, ginawa mo yan in your own volition, well, that is your responsibility. Okay? Nalagutan mo, whether mali man yan o tama yung ginawa mo, no? Take responsibility. Naniniwala ako sa kasabihang make peace with your past or you'll pay for it. No? So, dapat wala tayong kasalanan sa ating nakaraan. Anyway, so basic characteristics of human rights. Human rights are generally characterized as inherent, fundamental, inalienable, imprescriptibly, indivisible, universal, and interdependent. So, naipaliwanag ko ito. Alam ko naman naiintindihan niyo. These are the characteristic of human rights. And next, the civil and political rights as applied in this country. So, the ideal of free human beings enjoying civil and political freedom and freedom from fear and want can only be achieved if conditions are created whereby everyone may enjoy civil and political rights as well as economic, social, and cultural rights. Alright, no? So, yan na. Pasok tayo. So, magandang malaman ito, mga bagay na to. Ano yung mga karapatan mo? No? Ano yung karapatan ng iba't ibang tao? No? So, ito ay isa sa mga magagandang knowledge na dapat educated tayo, hindi yung kung ano-anong pinapanood ninyo, kung ano-anong inaalam ninyo, no? So, this is basic, no? Basic, but it is what we need, lalo na ngayon. Okay, so, right of self-determination. So, it includes the right to freely determine their political status, and to pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. No? So, pag sinabi natin right of self-determination, no? In other words, your own sovereignty, no? Your own freedom, your rights of being independent. Ayan. Diba? So, lahat daw tayo may karapatan. Hindi daw, po na isa sa batas. No? May karapatan kang pumili ng sarili mong kagustuhan to pursue your chosen field of endeavor. No? So, to prevent foreign influence, a provision in the 1987 Philippine Constitution now reads, okay, the state shall pursue an independent foreign policy. In its relation with other states, the paramount consideration shall be national sovereignty, territorial integrity, and national interest, and the rights of self-determination. So, that is Article 2, Section 7. No? So, dito ay sinasaad ang karapatan nating magtaguyod o maglikha ng sarili nating batas. sa ating bansa na naayon syempre sa tamang proseso, lalo na dapat na nakaangkla sa national and public interest, okay? Para sa nakararami, okay? Para sa mamamayang Pilipino, okay? Para sa mabuti natin bilang isang malayang bansa, alright? So, ito na, right to life, liberty, and security. Dito iinit ang ating usapan. Ano? The most basic human rights from which other rights flow is the right to life. Alright? That is from Article 3 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay? So, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. So, this is the basic human rights. Lahat tayo ay may karapatang mabuhay, no? Maging malaya, at magkaroon ng buhay na ligtas at masagana. Kahit sino po sa atin, karapatan po natin yan. So, proceed tayo. Yan, sumainit-init na talakayan, ang death penalty. No? So, no person, not even the state authority, has the right to take the life of a person, except in the cases of heinous crimes. Sir, unang tanong, ano po yung heinous crimes? Okay? Kasi sabi po, wala daw pong karapatan ang sinuman na kumuha ng buhay na ibang tao maliban na lamang sa mga kasong may kinalaman sa heinous crimes. So, heinous crimes are shockingly cruel, hateful, evil. Para mas madaling ipaliwanag, the examples of heinous crimes are murder. Ayan. So, pagpatay ng kapwa-tao with the intent to kill, no? Infanticide, no? Pagpatay ng sanggol na may 3 araw na gulang pababa. Kidnapping, serious illegal detention, o illegal na pagkulong o pag-deprive mo ng kanyang kalayaan, o pata maging malaya, no? So, destructive arson, di ba? O sadyang pagsunog ng mga gusali o kabahayan, o pag-aari man ng gobyerno o hindi. So, those are examples of heinous crimes. Hindi lang naman yun, pero marami pa, no? So, those are some of the examples. Okay, so, ito pa isang tanong, sir. So, nabanggit po kasi death penalty. No, meron po bang death penalty ngayon dito sa ating bansa? Opo, meron po, no? Republic Act 7659, so otherwise known as an act to impose death penalty on certain heinous crimes. But it is already been repealed by the Republic Act 9346, otherwise known as an act prohibiting the imposition of death penalty in the Philippines na nilagdaan noong panahon ni dating Pangulong Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Alright. So, admonition on death penalty. In his encyclical, no? Evangelium Vitae, so Gospel of Life, issued on 25th of March 1995. So Pope John Paul II admonished that modern society now has all the means of effectively suppressing all crimes by rendering criminals harmless without definitely denying them the chance to reform. So, admonished, no? Means warned, reprimanded, pinaalahanan, okay? So, sa madaling salita, si Pope John Paul II, on his era, on his time, no? Ay nananawagan na bigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga persons deprived of liberty o yung PDL na magbago, no? A chance to reform. Pagsisiyan ng kanilang ginawa at tubusin ang kanilang mga kasalanan at sa pamamagitan ng rehabilitasyon at reforma. Alright? So, yan po ang panawagan ng ating Pope. Okay? So, pasok naman tayo. Euthanasia. Alam po, may idea na kayo about mercy killing. Yan. So, it is another form of deprivation of life. This is the practice of euthanasia. So, euthanasia means the decision of a person who is terminally ill with little hope of recovering. So, may give his consent to a physician to end his life or to withdraw all life support or medicine. Ito po yung madalas mo mapanood sa mga movies, sa mga teleserye, no? Bumibigay, hindi na kaya, no? Yung life support machine na lang ang bumubuhay sa kanya. Sige po, patuloy na po yung life support machine. That is one example of mercy killing, no? That is one example of euthanasia. Alright? So, abortion. Ayan. Ito, mainit-init. Okay, so whether intentional or unintentional, expulsion of the fetus from the woman's womb before the term of its viability is another violation of the right to life. Again, lahat po, no, lahat po tayo ay may karapatang mabuhay, may karapatan sa buhay. Right? So, wala kang karapatan na kumuha ng buhay hindi sa'yo. Isa pa, ginusto mo yan, nangyari yan, no, nandyan na yan, walang kinalaman ng bata, walang kasalanan ng bata. No? So, iwasan natin, no? Wag nating i-tolerate yung mga ganyan. Makakaibigan kayo, makikilala kayo, no? So, walang kasalanan ng bata. No? Everyone has the right to life. Wala kang muwang-muwang yan, wala namang ideya yan. Paano nangyari? Alright? So, hindi dapat, no? Wag gawin. Okay, so, prohibition of slavery and involuntary servitude. Ano ka? Panahon ng Ehipto, no? Panahon ng, BC, slavery. Okay, so, slavery has been a legalized institution since the ancient Roman law period. No? Ancient ka ba? No? So, mali rin ito, maling yung slavery na yan, involuntary servitude, So, Article 8 of the Covenant, International Covenant, international law. So, no one shall be held in slavery, and slave trade in all forms shall be prohibited. So, involuntary servitude means forced labor. So, the Philippine Constitution states that no involuntary servitude in any form shall exist except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. So, bawal po yung pagpersang magtrabaho. No? Maliban na lang kung ikaw ay isang person of liberty at yun ay punishment mo. No? Nagawa mong kasalanan. No? Yan po ay okay lang sa ating batas. Pero kung ipersa mo na magtrabaho in certain, mali yun. Okay? So, next, exemption on forced labor. So, forced or compulsory labor is not absolutely prohibited. So, under Article 8 of Section 30, Section 3 of the Convention on Civil and Political Rights, okay, so forced and hard labor is legally allowed in countries where imprisonment for hard labor may be imposed as a punishment for a crime, for work as ordered by a competent court, of work or work required of a detained prisoner, if lawful order of court or as condition to his release, a service in a military character or national service exacted in cases of emergencies or in calamities or as part of normal civil obligation. Again, bawal po ang pagpersa sa kapwa-tao na magtrabaho maliban or except kung sakali yun ay ang kanilang punishment sa paggawa ng kasalanan at ito ay naaayon sa batas. Again, if it is upon lawful order of the court. So, next, torture, cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment and punishment. Okay? So, no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. So, in particular, no one shall be subjected without his free consent to medical or scientific experimentation. Alright, so hindi po katanggap-tanggap na mag-torture po ng ibang tao for your personal gain or for information, So, that is inadmissible in court kung sakaling gamitin ng impormasyon nagmula sa maling paraan. Okay? Mali po yun. So, equality before the law. Ayan, all persons are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to the equal protection of the law. Okay, so lahat tayo po ay may pantay-pantay na sa paningin ng batas. Lahat tayo ay patas. Okay? Lahat ay may karapatan sa pagkakapantay-pantay. At para sa akin, dapat lahat ng magkakasala sa batas ay makulong na nararapat at naaayon. Diba? Dahil kung fine lang, multa lang, pagmumulta, yung karapatang parusa, therefore, para lang sa walang pera yung batas. Diba? So, pero sa atin nga, ano pa man ang circumstances, huwag kang gagawa ng mali. Lalo na kung krimen, pag-isipan mo, thrice, 4 beses, mga 10, 20. So, tandaan, ang pag-isisi ay laging nasa huli. Okay? So, sabi ko sabi sa mga bata, huwag kang gagawa ng mga bagay na alam mong pagsisisihan mo rin. No? Huwag kang kumuha ng batong ipupukpuk mo sa ulo mo. Alright? So, ayan, arbitrary arrest and detention. So, ayan, everyone has the right to liberty and security of person. No one shall be subjected. Okay? No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest or detention. No one shall be deprived of his liberty except on such grounds and in accordance with such procedure as are established by the law. So, arbitrary detention means any, okay? Any public officer or employee, ibig sabihin either law enforcer or government employee who without legal grounds detains a person. No? Wala naman legal grounds ng kulong ka. Mali po yun. Ha? Mali po yun. So, pasok tayo sa warrantless arrest. There are instances when any state police officer or private person without judicial warrant may arrest a person, pwedeng mag-aresto. Sa Tagalog, mayroong mga pagkakataong pwedeng mag-aresto ang isang peace officer kapag una, has committed or is actually committing or attempting to commit an offense in his presence in flagrante delicto caught in the act. Okay? So, ayun. Pangalawa, when an offense was committed and he has personal knowledge that the person to be arrested has committed the offense, may knowledge ka. May knowledge yung tao na yun na siya yung gumagawa ng kasalanan. Alright? So, the prisoner, pangatlo, a prisoner who has escaped. Yan. Yan po yung ginagamitan ng talat sa warrantless arrest ay ng citizen's arrest. Alright? So, again, that is warrantless arrest. No? In the other hand, what is arrest? No? Yan, warrantless arrest. Ngayon, ano naman yung arrest? No? It is the taking of a person into custody in order that he may be bound to answer for the commission of a crime. So, hindi po kaya arestuin ay guilty ka na agad. No, ito po yung mali sa ating no? So, hindi po. Again, you are taken into custody in order for you to answer. Okay? To answer such questions and inquiries na ibibigay ng isang peace officer or investigator. Right? Arrest warrants were signed and issued by the judge or a court. So, hindi po siya basta-basta ginagawa if there are no doubts on you. Alright? So, and it's the same as search warrant. Okay? These are documents signed by a judge that consist of things that were subject to such crimes. So, makikita sa search warrant kung ano ang dapat na hanapin ng isang investigator o ng isang law enforcer. In addition with that, any information or things that were illegally obtained are inadmissible in court. Wala pong bisa at hindi maituturing na ebidensya sa korte ang mga bagay o impormasyon na nakuha sa maling paraan. Alright? So, ang tawag po doon ay fruits of the poisonous tree. Ay, may natutunan na naman kayo. So, again, sabi ko sa inyo, magandang malaman at magandang magkaroon ng talakayan with regards to this matter. Okay? So, military or police checkpoint. Yeah, the practice of the police or the military maintaining checkpoints or some street corners and searching a person passing or stopping a vehicle to conduct searches has been constituted as violation of human rights. Okay, so may tinatawag tayong illegal checkpoints. Ayan, so ang police checkpoint po hanggat maaari, okay, ay illuminated o nasa maliwanag na lugar. No, may karatula po na nagsasabing checkpoint. Okay, ang police vehicle ay nasa visible. Okay, visible sa mga motorista at hanggat maaari ay mayroong opisyal ng pulisya na naka-assign in such police checkpoint. No? So ngayon naman po, kung sakaling makatagpo tayo ng checkpoint, no, example, ikaw ay isang motorista, huwag pong matakot kung wala ka namang violation. Hindi ka dapat matakot. Naniniwala ako, mayroon at napakadaming pulis na matitino at tapat sa kanilang tungkulin. No? Mga kabatch ko, senior ko, junior ko, no? So, naniniwala ako at panatag po ako na maswerte ang PNP sa kanila dahil sila ay mabubuti at tapat na pulis. Ngayon, kung ikaw naman ay may violation, wag mong takbuhan yung checkpoint, no? Pinapalala mo lang yung sitwasyon. No? Harapin mo kung ano yung parusang ipapataw sa'yo. panagutan mo. Again, dahil alam mo mali yan, ginawa mo pa. No? So, minsan, proud ka pa. Ikaw pa mayabang, ikaw pa galit. Wow! So, ang police at military checkpoint po natin ay part din ng ating, part din ng visibility. Ano? Ang krimen kasi, no, ayon sa ating routine activities theory, nangyari ang krimen dahil una, there is a suitable target. Pangalawa, mayroong motivated offender. So, pangatlo, there is a lack of capable guardian. Ngayon, kahit isa doon mawala, may chance na hindi mangyari yung isang krimen. Okay? So, example, kung may police sa paligid, may militar sa paligid, okay, so, ang isang criminal ba ay mag-take risk pa? Diba? Hindi na. Hindi ko, baka sakali yan. So, bababa yung chances na gawin niya yung isang krimen dahil mayroong capable guardian. So, visible na pulisya, visible ang militar. So, mahalaga po na, lalo na sa panahon ngayon, na presensya ng ating law enforcers. Right? So, maraming salamat sa inyong mga pulis at sundalo na patuloy na ginagampanan ng tapat ng kanilang mga tungkulin. So, rights of the arrested or detained person. Okay? Yan. Any person arrested by police or military authorities should be informed at the time of arrest of the reasons of his arrest. He should be brought promptly before a judge or other officer authorized by law to exercise judicial power. He shall be entitled to appropriate proceedings before a court in order that the court may decide without delay on the lawfulness of his detention and order his release if the detention is not lawful. A victim of unlawful arrest or detention shall have an enforceable right to compensation. Alright? So ito po ang karapatan ng isang akusado o isang taong inaresto sa bisa ng legal na proseso o yung ating due process. No? Ulitin ko lang po, dapat alam ng akusado ang kanyang kaso, anong oras at anong dahilan bakit siya inaresto. No? So, pasok tayo sa isang topic, ganito ang Miranda Doctrine. No? Alam ko na madalas itong maririnig. No? Promulgated by the U.S. Supreme Court in Miranda versus Arizona. Okay, so ruling that during the investigation of the detained person, he has the right to be informed of the charges against him and to be assisted by an independent and competent counsel of his own choice when making any statement. Okay, so ito po yung madalas na maririnig natin sa mga police drama, o sa mga balitang kinasasakutan ng mga akusado. Okay, dito sa doktrinang ito, sinasaad na ang akusado ay mayroong karapatang manahimik. Alright? So, lahat ng kanyang sabihin ay maaaring maging laban sa kanya. Siya ay may karapatang kumuha ng sarili niyang abogado kung sakaling wala siyang kakayahan ay makakuha ng sarili niyang pagtanggol ay siya ay pagkakalooban ng gobyerno. Ito ay dapat mapakinggan ng akusado. Ito ay dapat mapakinggan ng witness kung sakaling mayroon. Ito ay dapat na nakasalin sa wika o lengguwaheng naiintindihan ng akusado. Alright? So, mahalaga ito. Mahalaga ito. It is one of the technicalities. It is one of the technicalities na pagka ito ay wala, it is one of violation of human rights. Okay? Violation of the rights of the detained person, arrested person. So, right of fair in public trial. Okay? So, ayan. So, the accused is entitled to public trial by an impartial tribunal. So, pag sinabi po natin na impartial, as the court defines it, impartiality is the absence of prejudice or bias. So, tribunal means any person or institution with authority to judge. Alright? So, pag sinabi natin impartial tribunal, these are men or institution with the authority to judge with the absence of prejudice or bias. So, sila po mga taong hindi bias, may tamang pag-iisip, may tamang hatol para sa may tamang pagdesisyon. Right? So, pag sinabi natin, ayan, tatagalogin natin, so ang isang akusado ay mayroong karapatan sa publikong paghukom na pinangungunahan ng mga taong may kakayahan at walang kinikilingan. Pero hindi ko sa Mike Enriquez doon. So, ayan. So, right of confrontation. Saan tayo? Ay, sorry. So, the Philippine Constitution has a corresponding provision which reads, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall be presumed innocent until the contrary is proved, no? And shall enjoy the right to be heard by himself and counsel. No? So, to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation against him, to have a speedy, impartial, and public, to have compulsory process to secure the attendance of witnesses and the production of evidence in his behalf. So, however, after arraignment, the trial may proceed notwithstanding the absence of the accused, provided that he has been duly notified and his failure to appear is unjustifiable. So Article 3, Section 14, no? Ayon sa ating konstitusyon, the law of the land. No? So kung tawagin natin, so lahat na akusado ay inosente. Again, ulitin ko, lahat po ng ating akusado ay inosente hanggat hindi napapatunayan na siya ay nagkasala. No? Karapatan po niya na siya ay mapakinggan at maipagtanggol. Karapatan niyang malaman ano ang kanyang naging pagkakasala. Right? Karapatan niya magkaroon ng isang mabilis at pantay na pagtingin mula sa batas. Sabi din po sa ating batas na maaaring matuloy ang paghuhukom kahit wala ang akusado. Ngunit dapat mapatunayan alam niya na mayroong paghuhukom at ang kanyang hindi pagpunta ay hindi katanggap-tanggap sa paningin ng korte. Right? So, next, so right of confrontation. Yan, na. So, the right of the accused to meet the witnesses face-to-face is intended to give the accused the opportunity to cross-examine them. So, the said provisions are implanted in more detail under Rule 113 of the Rules of Court of the Philippines. So, ayon sa Rules of Court, ayan, may marami tayong rules. Ano? Rules of Court, karapatan malaman ng akusado kung sino ang witnesses face-to-face. No? In the reason of cross-examination. So, therefore, what is cross-examination? So, it is the formal interrogation of the witnesses to challenge the testimony that is already given. So, example, kung napapanood niyo po sa mga witness o sa mga, example, kung napapanood niyo sa mga movies o teleserye na may witness o tinatanong ng abogado yung ng akusado ang witness base sa kanyang binigay na statement. Kung sakaling hindi magtugma, no, ang nasa dokumento at ang kanyang sinabi during the trial, hindi ba kahina-hinala? No? So, kaya mayroon tinatawag na cross-examination. So, para mapatunayan kung totoo ba ang sinasabi ng witness o hindi. So, at kung sakali naman na mapatunayan na mali ang naging pahayag o testimony ng witness, siya ay maaaring makasuhan ng perjury. Perjury is defined as lying while testifying in court. So, nagsinungaling ang witness. Pinasinungalingan ng witness sa kanyang mismong sinumpaang salaysay. Uulitin ko po, that is perjury. Alright? So, next. Self-incrimination. Ayan. Saan marinig ito eh. So, Article 3, Section 14 of the Philippine Constitution reads that a person may not be compelled to testify against himself or to confess guilt. So, sa madaling salita, for madaling explanation, ang isang akusado ay hindi pwedeng maging witness para sa kanyang sarili. Even he assumes the guilt or not. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-testify laban sa kanya. Ako rin po yung witness. Ako rin po yung akusado. Hindi po pwede yun. No? So, next, presumption of innocence. So, one of the important rights of the accused is the right to be presumed innocent. No? So, that is a political covenant. Article 2, Section 14. And Article 3, Section 14 of the Philippine Constitution, likewise, provides for the presumption of innocence of the accused until the contrary is proved. No? Hanggat ito ay mapatunayan. So, bali sa Tagalog, bali, ulitin ko lang po, no? Madalas nyo po itong marinig, no? Mula kanina, mananatiling inosente ang isang akusado hanggat hindi siya napapatunayang may sala. So, karapatan po niya yun. No? Karapatan niya pong ma-presume na siya ay isang inosente. Alright? So, wala pong Supreme Court of Twitter, no? Yan ang natin na, Regional Court of Facebook, Regional Trial Court Facebook, ba? Kung saan sa akin nanguhusga. Hindi na mapatunayan na nagkasala, siya ay mananatiling inosente. Alright, so next, bail. Right to bail. It is a security filed by an accused for his temporary release. Alright, so an accused is entitled to bail except when he is charged of a crime punishable by life or death sentence and the evidence is strong. So, ayan. Sa Tagalog po niyan, piyansa. Hindi po ibig sabihin pag nagbayad ka ng bail o nagbayad ka ng piyansa, laya ka na. Okay? So, again, that is for temporary release. Right? Iba po yun sa fine. Fine po sa Tagalog, multa. Okay, so, may karapatan po ang isang akusado na magpiyansa. Okay? Maliban kung ang kanyang kaso kinaharap ay may parusang panghabang buhay o pagkakulong o kamatayan. So, there are certain kinds of bail. Maraming klase ng bail. So, ang piyansa, ang madalas gamitin na piyansa ay cash deposit, no? Iyon po ay para makasigurado ang korte na siya ay magpapakita o attend sa trial. At kung hindi siya umattend ng trial set by the court, his bail o ang kanyang piyansa will be forfeited. No, ayan. Kung sakaling umattend siya, ibabalik sa kanyang piyansa, no? Kanyang binayad na bail. Alright? So, next. Right to appeal once conviction of a crime. Okay? So, everyone convicted of a crime shall have the right to his conviction and sentence being reviewed by a higher tribunal according to law. Ayan. So, the right to appeal is not expressly provided for in the Philippines Constitution, but it is considered as necessary requirement of due process. Right? So, if it is granted by the statute as a means of correcting possible substantial error committed by the trial court. So, lahat po na naakusahang guilty ay maaaring mag-apila. No? May karapatan po umapila ang isang akusado kung sa tingin niya there is an error. Alright? So, example, ikaw ay naatulang guilty sa Municipal Trial Court o Municipal Circuit Trial Court, MCTC. No? Ito po ang pinakamababang korte. Right? So, pwede mangyakit muli ang iyong kaso para i-review sa mas mataas na korte. Halimbawa, Municipal Trial Court o MTC, kanina po MCTC, ngayon naman MTC, Municipal Trial Court. Guilty ka ulit. Okay? At ikaw, dahil alam mong inosente ka, iakit mo ulit sa mas mataas na korte para muli, no, i-review yung uli yung kaso. So, pupunta ka naman ngayon sa mas mataas na korte, which is Regional Trial Court, RTC. No? Guilty ka na naman. Okay? So, ipapareview mo ulit. Okay? Aakit ulit na mas mataas na korte. Yun po ay ang Court of Appeals. Okay? At muli, guilty ka na naman. Okay? So, iakit mo ulit para i-review. No? Pupunta ka na sa last resort. Kung tawagin natin yung last resort. Kung tawagin na yung Supreme Court. Ayan. Ayan po ang pinakamataas na korte. No? The highest court. Okay? So, ulitin ko po yung pagkasunod-sunod na MCTC, Municipal Circuit Trial Court, MTC, Municipal Trial Court, RTC, Regional Trial Court, CA, Court of Appeals, Supreme Court, SC. Okay? So, sir, ano po yung Sandigan Bayan? Ito po ay korte for criminal or civil cases involving graft and corruption committed by public officials, officers, and employees. So, pagkawani ka ng gobyerno, Sandigan Bayan po ang korte nyo. No? So, sir, ano naman po yung Sharia Court? So, it is a court under the supervision of the SC or Supreme Court that has jurisdiction over Muslims. No? It is limited to only Islamic laws. Sharia Court. No? So, sir, ano naman po yung court martial? It is a legal proceeding naman for the members of the armed forces that are subject to military law. Ayan. So, it may be used also for the prisoners of war and POW for certain war crimes. Right? So, yan. Iba't ibang klase ng korte. No? So, yan. Double jeopardy. Yan. Madalas ito marinig eh. No? So, no one shall be liable to tried and punished again for an offense for which he has already been finally convicted or acquitted in accordance with the law and penal procedure of each country. So, yan. Para sa daling ipaliwanag, bibigay ako ng example. Okay? So, example, si Mang Juan, no? Mang Juan ay nakasuhan sa salang pagnanakaw, robbery, no? Ang complainant o nanakawan ay si Mang Berto. Now, during the trial, no, na-acquit yung case niya because the evidences presented in court was not enough to convict him. So, na-acquit, no? Tigil. So na-dismiss yung case. Dismiss. The word dismiss. So, now si Mang Berto ay nagalit. At susubukan niya muling mag-file ng same case. And this time around, he will rot in jail. No? Kaya sabi. So, doon na po papasok ang double jeopardy. Again, no one shall be tried or punished again for an offense for which he has already been finally convicted or acquitted. No? Naibaba na ang hatol base sa kanyang kaso. So, hindi na po pwedeng ulitin yung trial. No? Maliban kung magnanakaw ulit si Mang Juan. Okay? Naiintindihan ba? So, hindi pwedeng ulitin yung trial na yon dahil kulang ebidensya mo. No? So, hindi. So, kung ano yung present mo at na-dismiss na, hindi na pwedeng ulitin pa yan. No? Example din, kung ikaw ay na-provide mo na yung punishment dun sa isang pagkakasala mo, hindi na pwedeng ulitin yun ulit. No? Okay? Na yun ulit ang kaso mo. Yun pa rin same evidences, hindi na po maaari yan. Now, yan, right to compensation due to miscarriage of justice. So, Article 14, Section 6 of the International Covenant, no? International Law on Civil and Political Rights states that when a person has finally conviction, as a final conviction of criminal offense, and when subsequently his conviction has been reversed or has been pardoned on the ground that a new or newly discovered fact shows conclusively that this has been miscarriage of justice, the person who has suffered punishment as a result of such conviction shall be compensated according to the law. So example, si Mang Tonyo ay na-convict sa salang murder. Then later on, may mga ebidensyang lumabas at nagpatunay na siya ay walang kasalanan. So ibig sabihin, there has been a miscarriage of justice. Maling pagpataw ng hustisya. Sa ganitong case, si Mang Tonyo po ay bibigyan ng compensation na mula sa gobyerno at iyon ay naayon at malinaw na sinasabi ng ating batas at ng international law. Alright? So, ayan. So, special procedures for juveniles. Pag sinabing juveniles, ito po yung mga child in conflict with the law. Ayan. So, these are children. Okay? Minor. In the case of juvenile person, the procedure shall be such as will take account of their age and the desirability of promoting their rehabilitation. So, meron po tayong naiibang proseso pagdating sa para sa mga minor de edad. Okay? So, sinasabi kasi sa ating sistema na sila ay walang kasalanan. So, bagamat kung sakaling mapatunayan na sila ay nagkasala, they are considered as dependent and hindi pa alam o hindi pa lubos na naiisip ng consequences ng kanilang ginawa. So, they have their own procedures. So, ang mga batang nagkakasala sa batas ay tinatawag nating Children in Conflict with the Law or CICL. No, priority sila na i-rehabilitate. Hindi dapat sila inihahalo sa mga PDL o yung person of liberty sa mga ulungan, sa bilibid, sa mga ganon. So, ang ating gobyerno ay patuloy na umaasa na sila ay magbabago at maayos. Kaya nag-extend ng kamay ang ating gobyerno pagdating sa kanila. Sabi nga diba, kabataan, ang pag-asa ng ating bayan, nasa kanila ang ating next generation, nasa kanila ang future. Sana. So, manalangin tayo. So, every child deprived of his liberty shall have the right prompt access to legal and other appropriate assistance. Okay? That is according to Article 37 on the Convention on the Rights of the Child. So, ayan, prohibition against ex post facto law. Okay? So, no one shall be held guilty of any criminal offense on account or of any act or omission which did not constitute a criminal offense under national or international law at the time when it was committed. So nor shall have a heavier penalty but be imposed than the one that was applicable at the time when the criminal offense was committed. So if subsequent to the commission of the offense, provision is made by law for the imposition of the lighter penalty, the offender shall benefit thereby. So, ayan. Mahigpit po ang ipinagbabawal ang ex post facto law. So, example, ang isang akusado ay humaharap sa kasong breach of contract na dapat ang punishment ay pagmumulta o pagbayad ng damages. Pero ang parusang ipinataw ay pangkasong kriminal, which is reclusion temporal, 12 years and 1 day to 20 years na pagkakulong. Hindi po yan pinapayagan ng batas. Alright? So, mali po yun na baguhin mo yung punishment, dagdagan mo, i-grave mo, i-adjust mo. Hindi, mali po yun. Okay, so, ex post facto law means a statute which renders a previously innocent act a criminal offense, aggravates or increases the punishment for a crime or alters the rules of evidence, or deprives an accused for some protection or defense previously available. Gaya po na sabi ko kanina, ang ex post facto law ay ang pagmamanipula ng rules of evidence. The rules of law itself, pinapalala, dinadagdagan, binabago, tinatanggal na karapatan ng akusado, ayan ay mahigpit na ipinagbabawal ng ating batas. So next, right to privacy. Okay, no one shall be subjected to arbitrary or unlawful interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to unlawful attacks on his honor and reputation. So walang sino man ang maaaring manghimasok sa privacy, property ng kapwa-tao. Mayroon ng bawat sa atin for privacy at walang sino man na maaaring manira ng ating reputasyon o honor. So with regards sa right of privacy, pwede kong panghimasukan ng inyong private lives basta there is a warrant. Either search or arrest warrant. So, freedom of movement and choice of domicile. So everyone lawfully within the territory of the state shall within the territory have the right to liberty of movement and freedom to choose his residence. So we have our freedom of movement. Okay? We have our freedom of choice of domicile. Domicile refers to your home. Your residence. So hanggat naayon sa batas, mayroon po tayong karapatan dyan. Alright? Hanggat ikaw ay nasa tama. So next, asylum. Everyone has the right to seek and enjoy in other countries asylum due to political persecution, by his or her country. So asylum means granting of sanctuary by state or to persons politically persecuted in his own country. So self-explanatory, diba? So asylum is a protection granted by foreign countries to those persons that is politically persecuted in his own country. Example, Karl Marx. So he was a German philosopher, so economist, political theorist, journalist, and socialist revolutionary. So he was born in Germany, and due to his political publications, sa kanyang mga turo, Marx became stateless and lived in exile in London. So you have the right to live your life again in other country. Okay? Yun po ang asylum na. So, right of nationality. So, everyone has the right nationality and no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality. So, nationality has a broader meaning than citizenship in political law. Okay? So, lahat tayo ay may karapatang mag-acquire ng nationality, magbago ng nationality, at mag-retain, bumalik ng nationality. So, at walang sino man na maaaring mag-deprive ng nationality ng isang tao. Ay, hindi ka Pilipino. Pogi mga Pilipino. Mga ganoon, diba? Walang sino man pwede mag-deprive ng nationality ng isang tao. Okay?